welcome back to YGreyParrot elearning hub, the place to learn and discover the world. Today, we'll be talking about Marie Curie. Marie Curie was the first woman scientist to win 2 Nobel Prizes. That's record-breaking, isn't it? She was born in Poland, Warsaw. She was born to a pretty poor family, but they still managed it. She was born with 5 siblings, and she was the youngest. You know something? Her actual name was Maria, but then later she changed it to Marie. Her parents were both teachers. Her dad was a mathematics and a physics teacher, and her mom was a head teacher. Her schooling went very hard and very strict because it was under the Russian control. Her sister, the first one of the 5, Zosia, died because of typhus, and 2 years later, her mother died of tuberculosis. How sad! After schooling, she needs to go to college, but her dad is too poor to afford it. She had only 3 options: get married, or go to a different country and study in a university, or become a teacher. But one fine day, I think she had a luck because a message arrived saying that we are from the floating university. So it doesn't matter if you guys are poor, but you still can come and study in the floating university. Marie felt very happy. So she and Bronia attended the university 2 hours every week. Okay guys, so floating university is nothing but a secret university which is run by the Polish government because Poland was under the Russian control, and women weren't allowed to go to university. After the secret university, Marie and Bronia needed to do higher studies. So Marie made a pact saying to Bronia that I will work as a governess and send you to France, and then you can help me study in a university for my higher studies. So Marie worked as a governess and sent Bronia to France to study medicine. Marie was waiting for her letter to come from Bronia, and finally the letter arrived. Marie was happy and she started to pack her important belongings, and off she went to France. What cool sisters they are! Over there she visited the Sorbonne University and she studied her favorite subjects, chemistry and physics. Over there in the Sorbonne University, Marie met Marie Curie, a physics professor. So in the final year for Marie Curie, she needed to do her thesis. So she got out some recent research and she found out that uranium can give out invisible rays. She got more curious in it and wanted to research what else can give out invisible rays. And Marie Curie helped her. So they thought that if they got married, they would change the world. So they got married, and later Marie Curie joined her research because he thought that her research was more interesting. So she wanted to investigate about pitchblende, but in those days pitchblende was very expensive. So she went to these factories, but they take out uranium and put the pitchblende away. So she got that and she powdered it, and she saw something which can give more invisible rays, and she named it polonium. The 2-letter Po was inspired by her native country, Poland. So If you take this handy chart called the periodic table, you'll see in 84 polonium. And then she got more and more curious about it and wanted to see what else gives out more and more invisible rays. When she melted the pitchblende, she saw this element which was like basically liquid, but she named it radium. Radium is way more radioactive than uranium or polonium. And if you look at these days too, in healthcare sector, if somebody has cancer or brain tumor, they pass these rays through to kill those cells. And during that time, Marie's first daughter was born, Irene. You know, in her diary, beside the complex scientific machines and stuff, she used to write about iron. As I said before, radium is used in many different kinds of things, like light bulbs and healthcare. But it's actually also dangerous because if that radium touches our skin, it will kill all that cell. So, radium is not only the hero, but also the villain. After it got more popular, they had their first Nobel Prize for physics. They got very happy. And did you know, Marie had her second daughter, Eve. She was so cute. One rainy morning, when Perry stepped out on the road, a horse truck thingy, it just went over him and he died immediately on that spot. Marie was very upset. She nearly wanted to quit her job, but she did not want to leave anything behind. The government said that we can pay you money, but Marie refused and she wanted to do her own job. Marie was the first woman professor to teach the Sorbonne University students. She continuously worked on her research and she got her second Nobel Prize for chemistry. How intelligent she is. During World War I, many soldiers got injured and she had this truck filled with x-rays and stuff. So she got to save many men's lives. How kind she is, and her first daughter, Irene, also helped her. She's the kindest woman, isn't she? During World War I, many soldiers got injured and died. And Marie came up with this plan called Mobile X-ray Vehicle, which had X-rays in it. So this really helped the soldiers, and the X-rays could scan where the bullets have been, and they could really give them medical aid. Millions of soldiers got benefit out of it, and many nurses helped Marie, and even Irene helped Marie in her camp. How kind Marie is, right? She never knew the danger of radium and polonium, and she got ill and sick and died. So what happened was, when Irene grew up, she invented the artificial radioactivity, and she got her first Nobel Prize. Wow, their families keep on getting Nobel Prizes, aren't they? Sorry. Now the electronics and the light bulbs and TVs are having artificial radioactive, not the real one, because the real one is very dangerous. But I cannot believe that Marie was working with it half of her life. she died when she was only 66 years old. I feel so happy and proud that there was a woman like Marie to change the world with radioactive rays, but that was dangerous though, and she was working with it half of her life. But luckily, her daughter Irene found artificial radioactive rays, and now the things that we are using, from light bulb to the TVs, are having artificial radioactive rays. I feel so happy. Hope you learned something from this video. If you did, like, comment and share with your friends and family. Happy learning! See you in my next video. Bye!